Hello Acadiana, world, America, whoever sees this video, welcome. My name is Stephanie Skinner. I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana, and we live in such a great city, and we live in such the most beautiful place, but today we're discussing tyranny in Lafayette, Louisiana, and it's a severe problem, and I've uncovered an article. And so today I would like to welcome my guest. His name is Montel Davis. Montel, thanks so much for talking to me about tyranny today. Thank you. Well, Mr. Davis, in world, I was doing some research the other night, America, and I found some information in regards to our Lafayette Police Department and a little beauty that they're sticking up on the north side of this beautiful area here in town, in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm going to read the article that I found. It was written by the Advocate, and it's extremely disturbing. And I want all people in America and the world to know that you need to research this immediately, because it's infiltration of Homeland Security, and they don't uphold an oath to the Constitution. They hate you. They unleash colleges of Sandusky's out, and they put their hands in our children's underwear. So we have a feeling that these things are courtesy of the federal government. Part of these, what I'm about to read to you about, these police tanks, these wheeled tanks, these spy surveillance tanks, which is just unconstitutional, and people have a right to privacy. So, Mr. Davis, here's the article, okay? I'm going to read it. Okay, it was found in the Advocate. Lafayette. Since it was unveiled in January, the Lafayette Police Department's Armadillo surveillance unit has been deployed more than 60 times in locations across the city, officials said this week. Now, here is what they're talking about. The Armadillo unit. Straight from hell. Right there. Sirens. Our Mayor Joey Jarrell in Lafayette, Louisiana, fondling it, loving it, making it feel... It's just beautiful, it's sexy, it spies. I'm going to get back to my article. So, the Lafayette police spokesman, Corporal Paul Mouton, called the unit the department's eyes on the street. I mean, the only eyes we need on us are God's. Thank you very much. The armored truck, is equipped with surveillance cameras, which allows officers to leave the truck unmanned in front of problem homes, street corners, and in nuisance areas. Nuisance areas. Mr. Davis is from the north side of Lafayette. I've worked on the north side of Lafayette. I'm not scared of anybody on the north side of Lafayette. It is beautiful. There's grandmothers and babies on the north side of Lafayette. So have you seen this truck?
Yeah, I've seen it plenty of times. You've
seen it plenty of times? On what streets, Mr. Davis?
On San Antoine.
San Antoine.
Yes, mostly been.
That's where it is.
Yeah.
And so, how?
And right in the middle of our park.
Okay, right in the middle of a park where children play.
In the middle.
Oh, okay. Now these things are equipped with cameras. Okay, they take 24/7 footage of little babies playing in the streets, grandmothers and babies having coffee on their front porch. It is just insane. So say there's an apparent crime problem. Let me get back to the article. It is equipped with surveillance cameras, which allows officers to leave the truck unmanned in front of problem homes. There's no such thing as a problem home. Well, maybe there is, but for every problem there is in a house, there's grandparents and babies. Not just because there's somebody in the house that's prone to violence or has their issues does not mean that the whole house is a problem, and I take that personally. This article is just revolting when it comes to human beings. How dare you talk about any human being like that? It's just sick. Okay, nuisance areas. Well, I'll look at it this way. You call it a nuisance area. Well, what lives in an area? People live in the area. So if the area is a nuisance, well, then you're calling the people, my people, a nuisance. His people a nuisance. Your people a nuisance. Because these are in your town, folks, no matter where you are. It is time we get on the phone and we say it's unconstitutional. The federal government and Homeland Security is not for our people. Our city councils are. Now, the unit's deployment in January was delayed while the department opted to install additional surveillance features. So they're not done with it, Mr. Davis. They're not done loading these things up with cameras. They're not done with the additional. What else do they want to put in there? I mean, these things are so huge. They can fit police. They can fit weaponry. They can probably fit, God only knows how many people. They can be detained, black bag, and thrown away because the National Defense Authorization Act, totally illegal and unconstitutional. No thanks to Mitt Romney and all the traitors and sellout, treasonous people who have totally just annihilated us with the NDAA. We need to pray, folks. Now, there's something that's hooked up to the battery that continues to drain it. So this is a battery draining your tax dollars every second of the damn day to spy on these fine folks. And if you don't think that they're going to send these out to other neighborhoods, folks, you are sadly mistaken. These are the ultimate spy traps, and disgusting in nature. A technical support team will travel to Lafayette to figure out what device is tapping into the power source. Probably the 80 cameras in there. You know, imagine little baby's playing in the park. He says it's my park. And a little camera on that little baby. Who reviews the footage? Would you like to know who reviews the footage of your people? Hello.
First off, I just want to say there isn't any crime rate whatsoever around my neighborhood, so I don't know why it's predominantly children. So
say
people
that
around
to the
my
camera.
age that mostly goes in the park and plays basketball. That's about it. That's about it.
This is not acceptable. He says the violence is not even all that much, yet they send this truck out there.
There isn't any violence. Any that I have seen. So.
And you're on St. Antoine. What other roads do you travel, Mr. Davis, in Lafayette?
Pretty much University, Willow. That's pretty much the most.
When you hear violence on the Hurt Baby Stream News, where does violence take place on the north side?
I don't know.
See, you don't see, it's all contrived. I don't care if there is violence. It's
all over the place.
Our local police can handle this. Don't insult our police all over this country and all over the world, saying that they can't deter crime with their smiles. They can drive through that town twice a day and love up on grannies and smile to the children. They're adequately trained to deter crime. A patrol car going through there a couple of times a day is going to deter the crime. When there is no need for this. Our policemen, what an insult to our police. Our police would be happy to do it, especially when they're all friends with our council members. There is no need for this truck cammering out this unconstitutional, steal your rights, steal our rights, and harm our children's spy truck. Wheeled tank from hell. Now, here we go. The areas chosen so far were locations that had various issues involving criminal activity or quality of life issues. To hell with your quality of life issues. Some people are hoarders. Some people are dirty. You have no right to come into my house and tell me how to live. I mean, it does not mean that the quality of life. You have no right over what my definition of quality life is. Feds or any bureaucrat or any governing body. It's just absolutely insane. Until your house starts stinking so bad or it's to the point of rotting and upsetting your neighbors, well, then maybe. How do you feel about that aspect? Quality of life in a home. Is that the government's business?
No, not at all. Especially if they're not telling you that that's the reason why they're putting it there.
Yes.
I would at least feel better knowing that they told us when they didn't. Well, not that I knew of, because I didn't know that. I just thought, I didn't know why they parked from there.
Well, now you know, okay? But of course, how come we don't hear this stuff on Channel 10? How come they don't investigate the truck? How come they don't come out and they're absolute betrayers? Investigate the truck. How many cameras are in the truck? How many pairs of handcuffs are in the truck? Who services the truck? How many policemen can you fit in the truck? How much weaponry is in the truck? How many more surveillance tech grid from hell did they add to the truck? Who gave us money for the truck? How is the truck affiliated with Homeland Security? What are some questions you have in regards to a reporter that's supposed to report for us?